Welcome to the Preakness edition of Lenny's Place, presented by Dale Stallions. The Kentucky Derby was a terrifically exciting race, ultimately won by the favorite, American Pharoah. So why is it absolutely nobody is talking about a Triple Crown? Were expectations that we would see a superstar performance so high that we're disappointed by a close horse race? Apparently. Some people saw a winner whose final time wasn't eye-popping. They saw him struggle to get by firing line. And let's face it, he wasn't exactly doing it under a hand ride. On the other hand, American Pharoah endured a wide trip all the way around the racetrack. Trainer Bob Baffert said he got hot and bothered on the walkover, expending energy there. It was a deep track that didn't really suit him. And let's remember, everybody was bragging on what a great crop of 3-year-olds lined up for this race, and he beat every one of them. So remember this about the fractions in the final time. The highway that used to be Churchill Downs on Derby Day, that's gone. Track is no longer juiced up for speed. In fact, with 2 hours elapsing between the previous dirt race and the Derby, Churchill Downs has to remember to keep watering the racetrack, keep it from turning into the Mojave Desert by Derby time. So, is American Pharoah's one-length victory, with him having traveled 30 extra feet compared to the second and third place finishers, unimpressive enough to get off him for the Preakness and the Triple Crown? Is the glass half empty or half full? Did the Derby tighten up American Pharoah after 2 easy tours around Oaklawn? Or did it take too much out of him with only 2 weeks in between classics? I don't think we're going to get the benefit of seeing a breeze to help us sort this one out. The other top Derby finishers, well, they have a couple of questions to answer also. Firing line ran huge, but he didn't change leads in the stretch, and then he bumped into the winner, indicating maybe he was getting late. Dortmund, well, you'd have to like him more in the shorter distance of the Preakness, that is, if he's still improving and hasn't peaked and started going the other way. Got a lot of questions here. Fortunately, dropping into Lenny's Place, we have a guest who might be able to help us answer some of them. Ahmed Zayat, welcome to Lenny's Place.
Hi, Lenny.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
I am just dandy.
You've now had a little bit more than a week, sir, to digest being the breeder and owner of a Kentucky Derby winner. Has it sunk in yet, and how has your life changed?
Honestly, no. It's surreal. It's an incredible euphoria. I keep really hitting myself. Did I really won this race? It's an incredible privilege, honored, we are humbled, we are excited. There's so many emotions. It is undescribable. Just seeing my family, the way they reacted, my son out of total excitement and can't control his own feeling, literally does the opposite and starts throwing up. My wife bawling and crying, my kids, Emma and Ben jumping, and Ashley and my new son-in-law. It was such an exuberant celebration, seeing Baffert and his boys literally jumping on him as if you've won the Super Bowl, and tackling him down, and Bodie, the little Bodie, jumping up and down. It's such a wonderful feeling surrounding with friends and family, the biggest coveted hardest race to win in America, that we've been so close to it. So you can hear the level of excitement. It doesn't wear off. I hope it doesn't. I feel I'm dreaming, and it's a nice dream, and I want to keep dreaming.
Now, is it true? I heard now that the Zayat family has a new reality show on NBC. Is that true?
They have actually been incredibly supportive. NBC and CNBC trying to promote the sports, and we have been really cooperating. And actually, they have been with us for 10 days. They flew. Seriously speaking, that was not a joke. They flew a whole crew. They filmed with us in Kentucky. They filmed in New York. They actually went when Justin was taking the final. They wanted to film him taking. He said, "I can't concentrate. I can't do that." But they are trying. We are trying as much as possible to bring the beautiful racing into mainstream media. And if we can do anything to help and promote that, that would be a privilege. We would like to, to participate in.
You're the new Ozzy Osbourne. Congratulations. Ahmed, I'm suspecting that for you it doesn't matter whether you won the Derby by a pole or by 10 lengths or by 1 length or by 1 inch. Winning it is obviously the important thing. But having said that, with the expectations and knowing what kind of horse you had, were you at all surprised how difficult a race it was for American Pharoah? Okay, so you're absolutely correct. If I would have won in a photo finish, I would be elated, making flips and whatever in between. Just a win is a win, and you take it and you bask in it, and hey, it's historical. And it really didn't dawn on me, even after the race. Like I was like, the cameras were on me, and I see myself, and I mean, you can see me as an absolute statue, not even moving, not any reaction from me. Of course, my family have reacted, but the reason I didn't do that because I didn't want to be ahead of it. I've been very close to it, yes. And I wanted to have that kind of be grounded and poker face. But now answering your question directly about how difficult the race was on American Pharoah. Judging from the way he came out of the race have not taken anything out of him. I know this is a cliche, but this is a fact. He's maintained his weight, his demeanor, his energy level. He looks like an absolute beast today. And I'm telling you, an absolute beast. I mean, Baffert texts me, he's in Kentucky with him. He looks like a beast. He is ready to go again. And I don't think the race took anything out of him. It actually, in my opinion, the race have flattered him because of the quality and the depth of this race. Baffert is extremely happy. In my opinion, maybe perhaps a little overconfident, if I may say that. He is really loved the way he came out. Thinks he's sitting in another big effort. And all systems go. We are hoping for a nice draw. I'm told the weather might be raining. Who knows right now? So, these are factors that are of our hands. He's done that too already, so that shouldn't be too bad. Correct, but I would just also, as you know, I don't hike my own horses. The field he ran before in the Rebel is no measure to what he's running against right now. Yeah. I know he beat all the horses that he's running today, but it was a different competition, really. Yeah. The viewers here are now seeing Skip Dickstein's wonderful photograph of you getting a champagne bath from your jockey, Victor Espinoza. It's a beautiful photograph and a beautiful moment. Is there a moment or two from the Derby that you will carry with you the rest of your life that stand out in your mind? The elation, exuberance, happiness, and the pride that my kids have shown in our homebred. I mean, I don't think I can put it's priceless. It's epic. And, for Bob to come and tell me, he's been there 3 times before, that this is the most enjoyable, best Derby I've ever had. I can't thank you enough for giving me and my family the opportunity. But genuinely, you can see that Bob has so matured and he's enjoyed this thoroughly this week, and seeing his 3 boys and Bodie, who was not born for the other Derby, to be there with Jill and others. So all in all of us, it's priceless moments. It's moments that you look at it and say, oh my God, you want to cry out of joy. Well, listen, it was a great race. We all thoroughly enjoyed it and thoroughly enjoy your success after so many travails and trials. So Congratulations. We look forward to seeing the Preakness, and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much, my friend, and thanks for... I'm a big fan of Lenny's Place, and it really makes me laugh. And unfortunately, there's not going to be one episode that people would laugh. But you know, it's I don't know. It's a show that hopefully will have some memories to it in itself. That I came on it here between Derby and Preakness Week, probably the most celebrated time in horse racing, and hopefully. You know, we'll have reasons to celebrate on Saturday.
Well, we look forward to seeing Keeping Up with the Zayats on NBC, and you have a great trip, and we'll see you soon. Okay, so what do we make about the Preakness this coming Saturday? Doesn't look like it's going to be a really full field. Just heard that Todd Pletcher is vacated, so none of his horses are coming in. Looks like maybe 7 or 8 horses in the Preakness. I'm happy American Pharoah won the Derby, since I picked him, but I too wanted to see even more. I think we all came to the realization American Pharoah is mortal, and for some of us that's a little disappointing. Let's keep in mind, however, each time Bob Baffert has won the Derby, his horse has returned and won the Preakness. And even some, like Point Given and Looking at Lucky, who didn't win the Derby, have won the Preakness. Bob Baffert knows what he's doing in this race. So we're going to let it ride on American Pharoah to win the second jewel of the Triple Crown. Although I would go ahead and box the exacta with Firing Line, who seems to continue to be doing really well coming out of the Derby. And you know what? We'll go ahead and worry about New York when we get to that. I want to thank our viewers. A big thank you to Ahmed Zayat for visiting with us today. And a special thanks to my friends at Dale Stallions. You're making your late breeding decisions. You need to check out the Stallions at Dale. All right, we'll see you again at Belmont Stakes Week. Have a great Preakness, everybody.